Let me start again. I said in Belgium there was accommodation, and in Sri Lanka there was majoritarianism. First, try to understand what is majoritarianism. It's a belief that the majority community should be able to rule a country in whichever way it wants by disregarding the wishes and needs of the minority. Sri Lanka emerged as an independent country in 1948. The leaders of the Sinhala community, 4th of February 1948, it got independence. And the leaders of the Sinhala community sought to secure dominance over the government by winning the majority. As a result, the democratically elected government adopted a series of majoritarian measures to establish what is called Sinhala supremacy. Now, when majoritarianism was being practiced in Sri Lanka, definitely there were some problems which were arising in Sri Lanka. Let us discuss about some of these problems. Firstly, in 1956, an act was passed by the government to recognize Sinhala as the only official language. Thus, it was disregarding Tamil. The government also followed preferential policies that favored the Sinhala applicants for the university positions and government jobs. Not only that, a new constitution was also framed to protect and foster Buddhism in colleges and government jobs. And then the constitution was also saying that people should follow Buddhism. The favoritism for the Sinhala speakers brought about unfavorable conditions for the Sri Lankan Tamils. The Sri Lankan Tamils, they started feeling alienated, and they felt that none of the major political parties was supporting them. The Sri Lankan Tamils felt that the constitution and the government policies denied them equal political rights and discriminated them. As a result, the relationship between the Sinhalas and the Tamil communities strained over time. The Sri Lankan Tamils, they launched parties and struggles for the recognition of Tamil as an official language. They started demanding for regional autonomy and equality of opportunity in securing government jobs and education. In the year 1980, several political organizations started demanding for an independent Tamil state or Tamil Elam. Finally, this distrust between the Sinhalas and the Tamil communities turned into a widespread conflict, that is, civil war. As a result, thousands of people of both these communities had lost their lives. Many families were evacuated. Once again, in this slide, you can see that how the Sri Lankan Tamils were feeling alienated, and they were feeling that the political parties that were led by the Buddhist Sinhala leaders were not giving any heed to their language and culture. They wanted the government to recognize Tamil as the official language and not Sinhala as the official language. They wanted regional autonomy, and they were badly in need of equality of opportunity in securing education as well as jobs.